One of Fallout 76's biggest mysteries has just been solved. Why the hell did they call it Fallout 76? Well, as it turned out, it was just Bethesda guessing how much their sales would drop from Fallout 4. Well, they were wrong. They should have called it Fallout 82. The critic reviews may not be in for Fallout 76 just yet, but what we do have are the opening weekend sales figures. According to GamesIndustry.biz, Fallout 76 sales are down a whopping 82% over Bethesda's previous franchise entry, Fallout 4. I must point out that these sales figures are only from UK physical retail and don't represent global sales, any digital sales, or the trending decline in physical sales. Despite its fall in sales, Fallout 76 still managed to take third place in the UK charts, behind first place Spyro Reignited Trilogy and second place Red Dead Redemption 2. Clues as to why consumers have stayed away from the title aren't exactly difficult to find. Places like YouTube and Reddit are rife with stinging critiques of the game. People unhappy that it's an online multiplayer game and not a true sequel to Fallout 4, that it doesn't appeal to the core audience. There was the limited beta test which opened only a few weeks prior to launch. Is it even a beta at all at that stage? Much of the game seems like it's been copied over from Fallout 4. Lockpicking, hacking, and shoddy animations included. There's poor performance across all platforms. The PC version doesn't offer simple features like an FOV slider, and the frame rates are locked to 63 frames per second. There's also the fact it isn't selling on Steam. There's also no human NPCs in the game, and the world just feels empty. The PvP actually sucks. The enemies are buggy. There's broken quests, glitches, crashes, instability, etc, etc, etc. This is the game that makes Fallout 4 look good in comparison. Come back, Preston Garvey, all is forgiven. There's also the fact that reviews from gaming outlets are nowhere to be seen. The Metacritic scores for Xbox and PS4 are currently 0, as not enough of the outlets have published reviews yet. The PC score is showing as 54%, based on 4 review scores at the time of recording. And that's all that consumers have got to go on right now. It's pretty slim pickings. You can put that down to a crowded release window, or just that reviewers did not have access to the game prior to launch. They're probably all busy playing Red Dead or Battlefield or Spyro the Flippin' Dragon. Reviewers aren't reviewing it and consumers aren't buying it. And I for one hope that there is a direct correlation there. But while we wait for the reviews to arrive, Bethesda have been hard at work doing what they should have done before launch: fixing the bloody game. In a blog post dated on Friday, Bethesda have announced the upcoming features and fixes for the game. The first patch will arrive on the 19th of November. That's today if you're watching when this video is published. The patch will focus primarily on performance and stability with fixes to quests, UI, camps, and more. They also announced that they will be bringing much requested features and improvements to the game in the coming weeks, with push-to-talk, ultra-wide support, and an FOV slider coming for the PC. They also plan to increase the player stash size limit in the next few weeks. All of which will be very welcome indeed for dedicated players who are still enjoying the game despite its numerous flaws. Fun is just so overrated these days. Who needs fun in the game? I don't need to have fun in the game. What I want is human NPCs. What I want is FOV sliders. What I want is a steady frame rate. And I realise how out of tone with the rest of the video that bit was, but sarcasm is cool. When Bethesda decided that the next installment in the franchise was to be an online multiplayer game, they could have anticipated a little pushback from the existing Fallout fanbase. A sales decline of 82% can be nothing but an arrow to the knee for them. But these numbers are more a symptom than the cause of Bethesda's real problem. Now more than ever, consumers are savvy with their money. We've been bitten so much in the past by shoddy releases. We're just wiser. We're sick to tired of games not being in any fit state for release, and we're tired of paying for games lacking in content and should still be in early access. Core fans can also be justified in feeling forsaken and disillusioned, jaded by the industry trend towards multiplayer, games as a service, recurring consumer spending. Pay now and pay later. Whether it is this way or not, it seems like it's all about your money and less about you and your experience. Why did they not just delay the release for a few months to polish up the game? Well, money, obviously. Why is there always a microtransaction store in AAA games these days? Money. Why not update the technology behind the game and focus on bringing a new, fresher Fallout experience next time? You guessed it, money. Whether it's true or not, if that's the perception within the community, it might as well be true. But the biggest loss here for Bethesda might not be the decline in players from Fallout 4, it's the ever-declining reputation within the community. If they're as negligent about repairing their reputation as they've historically been about repairing their games, this could be far more serious for Bethesda than these sales figures suggest. On a more positive note though, Bethesda won't struggle for a name for the next Fallout game. They can just call it Fallout 100, because that's how far the sales would have fallen by then. 100%. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up button. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when we release these videos. Support us on Patreon if you want to help us bring you this content. And I will see you again in the next video. Until then, bye for now.